Hi, my name is Renee Crotty, and this is episode 2 of the Vandergrift Voice podcast. I'm here with
Ashley Kim.
Caleb Denby.
What extracurricular do you do?
Currently, my only extracurricular is band.
So, right now, I'm currently in marching band, and I'm also doing piano outside of school.
So, you do marching band. Did you do band in middle school?
I did do band in middle school.
Yeah, I did band all 3 years in middle school. I also did the dance team in middle school, and I did the FTC robotics team in middle school too.
How does band in middle school differ from band in high school?
High school band is way more hype, and it's a lot more competitive. I feel like people are definitely like working harder and like really trying their best, whereas in middle school it's kind of like figuring out what you like and what you don't like.
Band in high school definitely takes a lot more time outside of school compared to middle school. Because in middle school, you only had maybe 1 or 2 days a week that you actually had to show up to the school, out of school hours to do band-related things, but now it's 3 to 5 days a week.
All right. How would you describe your transition from a middle schooler to a high schooler, like in all aspects, like academically and socially?
So there's a lot more quizzes and tests in high school. I feel like there's like one like at least every week. And I feel like for me, it wasn't as hard as it could have been because I have an older sister. So like I kind of knew what to expect. But I feel like the transition was definitely a big one, and I had to prepare a lot for it.
The transition was rough at first, but it's been starting to get easier and easier as I'm getting used to the workload and how much extra time band and schoolwork is taking up.
What's the most challenging part of adjusting to a new school? And like, you obviously said marching band was more challenging in high school. Like, is there like a certain aspect that's more challenging than like all the others?
I would say the hardest part of high school band is how much more time and effort they expect out of you compared to middle school band.
I feel like the biggest thing that I need to work on, especially as I'm going into high school, is time management because with marching band, I come home like really late every day and like football games on Friday. So like if I don't manage my time really well, I won't be able to finish all my homework.
Do you prefer one over the other, like middle school band and high school band? And if you do, then why?
So I definitely do prefer high school band more. I feel like it's just a higher level, and because everyone there is just like working really hard, and I feel like the level of dedication is just like way higher. So I feel like when you're working really hard together with a whole entire like team, it just feels really amazing.
I definitely like high school band more than middle school band because in high school band you get to meet a lot more people, you get to talk to a lot more people compared to middle school band.
So like the social aspect is better.
Definitely.
Do you have like a favorite part of marching band?
I think my favorite part is probably I really like football games. Those are fun. And I also like at the end of rehearsal, like the last 10 to 15 minutes of rehearsal, we always do like a full like run through of our entire show, and I feel like in that moment it feels really special to be part of marching band.
My favorite part of marching band is definitely meeting new people and just learning how to march in general. I really do enjoy that.
What's your least favorite part? Do you have a least favorite part?
How much time it takes up, and I think everybody can agree with me on that, but you do need to take time to work on things in marching band.
I think my least favorite part is probably I think some days when we're like outside doing rehearsal, it just feels really hard sometimes, and like you don't know if you can continue, and I feel like in those moments I'm like, why did I choose to do marching band? But I feel like once we get through it together, it's just something to look back at and be like, wow, I really got through all of that.
So as a freshman, can you like describe your work schedule?
So I think the schedule that I have now has definitely taken some time to get used to, but the way I've been handling the workload is finishing as much work as I can in school and doing my homework right when I get home and finish band. Besides that, it's been getting a lot easier.
Yeah, so we have rehearsals every day after school except for Mondays. So I usually get home around like 6:40, 6:30 maybe. And then I eat dinner first and I shower and stuff. And then by that time it's usually like 8. So I have to manage my time really well from that then on. So I usually try to get my homework done first because I'm also learning the piano. So I'm on a competitive level for piano, so I also have to practice like 2 to 3 hours of that every day. So it's really tough for me, but I feel like I manage it by just making sure I get through everything, setting lots of like plans, and honestly, losing some sleep.
Yeah, that's part of high school. Do you think the schedule you have now is gonna be able to like, do you think it's gonna be appropriate for your future years of high school, or do you think it's just like freshman year, like you're still getting used to it?
I think I'm definitely still getting used to it because I am barely functioning right now. Honestly, my schedule is not very good. I go to sleep really late and I have to wake up really early. So I'm hoping that as I go through like high school, I'm going to figure out how to manage my time better.
So was there like a process you had to go through to join marching band at a high school level?
So there was a couple things that I have to do. The first thing was the audition at the end of last year's school year. That was pretty challenging for me, but I ended up performing pretty well. And the second thing was doing 3 weeks of summer band camp, which was definitely pretty hard. And that's how you determine if you get a marching spot or not.
Was there ever a point where you felt like you wanted to give up?
I would say probably maybe the first day, but after that I pushed through, and it just got easier and easier, and now it's so much easier to manage.
So I think if you want to join marching band, it's good if you did band in middle school because they prepare you pretty well for that. And then also there is a marching band camp in the summer before school starts that you need to be part of so that you can be ready for the school year. And it's actually pretty tough, I will say that, especially as a freshman because it's completely different. Like you're in the sun for a really long time just drilling and just running through everything, and it's really tough. But I feel like once you get through summer band camp, then it starts to feel better.
The last question, do you have any advice for future students who want to do your extracurricular when they enter high school?
I would definitely do band. So I feel like band is just really amazing, and I think you can definitely handle it with all the schoolwork. It just takes a lot of good planning and making sure that you're using your time very wisely.
My advice would be that you definitely need to know what you're signing up for. It's a big step up from middle school band. It takes a lot more time. And you need to be prepared to put in much more effort and much more time than you did in middle school band.
Thank you so much for listening to the second episode of the Voice podcast, and thank you to freshmen Caleb Denby and Ashley Kim for contributing to this episode.